as early as 3 months ago, I did a project on educational disadvantage. I've always had a real love of education, and I'm not just running just because I'm interested in the subject. I think I can do a really good job, and that's why I'm here, and I have a good campaign behind me and great support across all political parties, which is great, and from loads of people, so I hope I win.
Thank you, Paul. John, same question?
The main reason I got involved in it actually was over the issues of communication and inclusion within the university. Since first year, the college has been quite lax with actually communicating with students effectively. And we can see that over the issues of semesterisation and progress through the college. And it's actually getting worse. The problems are getting worse over the 3 years. And it's an issue that needs to be sorted, I think, as soon as possible. That would be one reason why I'm running. The second one would obviously be the issue of inclusion and who the union include and exclude, and whether we provide proper support for things like postgraduate students, disability students, which the college don't at the moment. That would be another reason why I'm running.
Okay, thank you, John. Ronan, same question.
Hi. Well, basically, I got interested very much so this year since I became my class rep. I've dealt a huge amount with the administrative side of the university, trying to sort out things like registration, exam results, deadlines. I mean, it's been a bit of a fiasco this year. And I haven't just been dealing with it from my own class. I've tried to take on the issues that have come from across all the faculties, because we hear the same problems over and over again with the university. And that's basically how I've got interested in the race.
And in what capacity have you dealt with these issues?
As a class rep, sending letters to the registrar, trying to get meetings going with various people in the admin building.
Okay, very good. John, you mentioned the issue of communication. What specifically do you think you could do as education officer to improve communication between?
Well, first of all, what I would say to the university and to the students is that we need, first of all, communication with the Students' Union Education Officer is essential, but communication directly with the students by the university is definitely something that needs to be improved. We can see that over modularisation, semesterisation in the last year, where they don't communicate with the students, and then you get big problems over degree weighting, where students don't like what the university are doing, and this is where the university needs to needs to sort itself out.
I mean, I agree with you there, John, and the current education officer, Mr. Brian Doyle, also in his manifesto last year said an awful lot about improving communication. I mean, it's something you expect to hear, but I want to know from all of you, what do you think as education officer specifically you can do to improve communications when it seems so difficult? We'll start with Ronan.
Well, this is for myself and my class, this has been a huge issue. Access to the admin building for a start, and people in UCD, in the authorities, in the power, are so difficult to get at. Now, Brian Doyle has been fantastic as education officer for accessibility. I've never had a problem getting him on the end of the phone, whether it be in the evening or the morning. But I still think there is a case to be made for opening up the union a little better, moving it a little bit more outside the corridor, putting up posters if necessary to explain what's happening at exam time and things, and to have specific numbers and contact details where people know where to go when they need help.
Paul, same question.
Well, communication is a huge factor involving the Students' Union, students, and the university. And I think we have to accept that the Students' Union can do more, but I think we also have to, at this stage, point the finger. This university has let students down and let them down consistently. Consistency. God, I'm bad at English. If you look at this year, we started off the year with a registration crisis. The queues were massive. I myself had to queue in those queues. That was terrible. The university should have let us know that was going to happen. There was a problem. They should have dealt with it, and they never even apologised. They should apologise for huge mistakes like that, and an education officer should force them to apologise. As a second year social science student, I was told 4 weeks into my degree, after handing up essays, that my degree, oh wait, we've changed it. We're making second year worth 50%. Myself and Chris Bond, the other programme rep, we refused to accept that. We got on top of the issue straight away. We dealt with Danielle Clark, Barbara Redmond, we talked to Brian Doyle, our current education officer, we talked to many more. And we made sure, we lobbied, we set out an agenda that we were going to change this. This wasn't good enough for students, and it succeeded. But we have to ensure that this doesn't happen again. But straight away it did happen again. They have decided already, the college, not through the programme boards, Not through anything like that. With consultation with the student body, they decided that, hold on, next year's second years are definitely being hit with the 50-50 degree weighting. That is not good enough, and we need our education officer, our next education officer, to be on top of an issue like that. And if elected, I'm going to be damn sure that I'm going to be on top of that issue. We need to do a lot more as education officers.
Okay, thank you, Paul. John, what would you do to improve communications?
First of all, I'd start from the very beginning before a student come to UCD, and you'll see that letters, when I came to first year in college, we got letters out from the campus every 6 months literally to say what was going on. That'll be something I'd first of all have to reintroduce. And the second thing would be you need effective communication coming from the schools, not just the like it's well and good all coming from the administration and the university, but it needs to come from the schools. There needs to be direct consultation between the schools. There needs to be direct consultation with the school and the student, and students need to know and be able to consult with the school. And setting up a staff-student forum within a school is quite important. Those issues need to be looked at. Another issue would be the issue over advice coming from the university. There is 7 or 8 different places you can go for advice, and yet in many cases it's conflicting. And as Paul said about the degree weighting issue, you go to different people, they tell you different things. No one can tell you, for a third-year art student, no one can tell you what your degree weighting is. It took me 2 weeks to find out. And it's issues like that. There needs to be a clear single centre, advice centre, support centre, whatever, that students can go to where they can get every question, every answer. That needs to be looked at.
Okay. John, you're in the same boat as me, final arts, in what we've affectionately termed the mongrel system. But were you to become education officer, you would be dealing with a university that's fully modularised. Yeah. Do you think your experience of the other system would be advantageous or detrimental to? I
think it's actually quite an advantage. The School of Economics has semesterised, if you want to call it that, and to a certain extent modularised us as well. We've gone through we've almost been integrated into the new system. So we've dealt with both the old and the new, and you can see the differences between the two systems and the benefits and drawbacks of both. And I definitely think it's an advantage knowing what worked well and what didn't work well, and where changes have gone right and where things have gone wrong within the university. And the university needs to be told that by students who have gone through the old system and gone through the new system.
Okay. And Ronan, I can't remember what year you're in.
I'm in third business.
Third business, so you equally have come in under the old system.
Well, no, not necessarily actually. I've been right at the cutting edge of the fiasco that has been the switch to modularisation and semesterisation. We're in the unique position where we're actually straddle both systems. This year my commerce subjects are actually from second year, and they're marked on a GPA basis, whereas my law results are from the older system, the old honours system. And it's actually been a complete disgrace the way we've been treated. No one can tell us whether we're going to be GPA or honours. No one can tell us whether our results are going to be weighted differently. My current results, 60% is fantastic in my law results this year. And yet my average in business is up around 80. And no one can tell us what way these are going to be weighted, what way they're going to be structured, and whether there's going to be compensation later on. So I think there's serious questions that need to be answered by the college authorities.
Okay, and Paul, you came in last year under the modularised sock size system. How do you think that helps your view of education issues?
Well, as again, we were hit straight away. First years, we were hit with the new system. We've been hit with so many changes, as I said before, with the degree weighting and everything. We've been in with the new system. We've lived with it. We've seen the pros. We've seen the cons. We've seen it firsthand. We've been hit hard. We've had good. We've had bad. We're in favour of semesterisation for the most part. Most students in my year, most people in my class are in favour of having exams at Christmas and exams in summer. The important thing is that they're handled properly.